Hello everyone, how we doing today? I've been looking forward to this series for this week, and it just happens that this week we have like very important topics outlined for this week. Interestingly, I know this whole series will be coming to an end tomorrow, but for today, we have such a wonderful topic. And to deliver this topic for today is none other than our very, very interesting and wonderful leader. She's none other than Tolu Lokwe. And for those of you who is wondering or who may be wondering who Tolu Lokwe is, she's the brain behind the growth and operations in her organization. And she is like very highly enthusiastic and about the opportunities technology provides. So Tolu has been one of the leaders we've had in this AWS security user group for a while now, and she's been really, really effective. And for those of you who were really in our meetup, the first in-person event we had last year, you would have happened to have met Tolu as she was one of the moderators for that day. So everybody give a hand while we welcome our speaker for today, Tolu Lokwe. Hello Tolu, how are you doing today?
I promise. Thank you so much for the introduction. It's great to be here. It's
You're
great to be here.
welcome. You're welcome. So I saw like the outline of your topic today, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get the breakdown of that topic. And looking at what you did last year in that in-person event we had, and I'm expecting lots from this presentation you're about to do today. So well, I'm just gonna be at the background, having my biro and my jotter, and then getting all I can learn from this session today. So Tolu Lokwe, the session is over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Promise. Yeah. Hi guys. It's great to be here. Hi Lukman. Nice to meet you also. And yes, please, I would like everyone to let's make this as interactive as possible. Like I love being a speaker, but I so much love being a moderator. Like I can't just be speaking. Let's try to interact. Use the chat session to interact. You can share your views. Is a study series session. That means we are here to study. I'm not here to just speak to you, but we are here to share knowledge together. I am no expert. I say again, I am no expert. But yes, we are here to study. We are here to learn, especially for those of us who are preparing for our exams. This is why we are here. So yes, I can see some names. I think I've seen once or twice during the study series session, like Prabhaka. I know I've seen that name before. It's great to have you all here. So let's get started. Before I proceed, I would like to know, are you a beginner in the AWS cloud space? Are you an intermediate individual? Are you an expert? So let me know the level of the individuals I'm speaking to today. So Lukman, Prabhakar, Bimbo, Ngozi, please drop on the chat session. Do you count yourself as a beginner? I'm waiting, guys. Beginner, beginner plus. Okay, okay, beginner. Okay. I think most people here are beginners, so I would go down to the barest minimum because that is what I love. I actually love helping people transition. So I try to bring those words, I try to bring it down. Okay, intermediate. Yes. Thank you, Ahmed Gabriel. Okay. Right now, I'm going to start. So account management and provisioning on AWS, like your normal organization, you are a receptionist, you're a customer service individual, you are in sales, you have those who are like on the top area in your organization, you have those who like serve as the administrative staffs. I'm sure you go into your company's, let's say, drive, not even the cloud space now, like company's drive, and you see that you have no access to some part of that drive, like it's completely like no go area, do not disturb. So on the AWS cloud, we have such things. You have roles, we have individuals that play such roles, we have individuals that manage, then we have like a source that manage all this. So that is what we are going to learn. This topic is quite broad. Like I never knew how broad it is until I started trying to jot some things down. So I'm telling you, we are not going to finish today. It's not possible because it's quite broad. It is the cloud, it's AWS cloud, so it's quite broad. But one way or the other, we're going to touch some major aspects. And for the account management and provisioning on AWS, one major source, okay, sorry guys, is the control tower, AWS control tower. AWS control tower is like the main source. If you're in Nigeria, you know, when you need power in your area, the main source that powers that area is your transformer that brings light to the area, right? That is something like the AWS control tower. So everything you need and work with, you have to go through the control tower. So if you can do a quick scan of my screen right now to get a better understanding, like at your own pace, and I'll do well to explain. So AWS Control Tower provides several methods of creating and updating member accounts. While maybe your organization is trying to like create an account, the organizational account. So before your organization does that, the organization gives the developers their role, give the cloud administrator his role, and everyone like that have his own role and function in organization, also on the AWS, your organization space, your cloud space. So AWS Control Tower provides several methods for creating and updating. For me, let's say I might be a cloud administrator who just have access to some space. Then maybe I got a promotion or I need to do some things. Because I need to do this thing or do that or do this or do that, I don't have access to do that normally as a cloud administrator. So it have to be updated. And where will the update come from? The update will come from the AWS control tower. Whoever is going to do that update is going to do it from the control tower. So there's a standard way to create a member account, and it's through the account factory. If you're on your portal, you can easily, maybe you have a portal right now, you can just open that and look for the account factory. When you look for the account factory, you would understand what I'm saying. You see everything there. So when you open account factory, you see where to create a landing page. That is if your organization don't have a page already. Your organization will be able to create a landing page, then you'll be able to update and create roles, update and create an organizational account. So what account does AWS Control Tower create? AWS Control Tower actually create 3 accounts: the management account, the audit account, the log archive account. These are 3 most important. They are very, very important. Very, like they are the core accounts that are being created. With the, let's just use our normal term right now: management, audit, and archive. You should see how important they are. You should see how important these accounts are. Management account, like look at your normal organization. The management is very, very important. Audit is very, very important. Imagine you are working for a financial organization and you hear it's time for audit, you know what that means. And archive, where everything is being stored. These 3 things are very, very important. So with account factory, you can provision basic accounts. If I'm going to create an account for myself, what do I need an organization account for? Just basic account. And yes, you can use that using the default settings. your normal phone, if I want to like maybe create a social media account, sometimes I just next, I've created my account. I don't have the luxury of doing this, doing that to make it maybe like a professional or a social media manager. But if you are an individual that you want to create an account, you can just use the control over the first settings to create the account. But an organization would never do that. An organization would have to create roles and administer those roles to individuals. Not everyone should have access to everything. It is just normal. It is normal. I hope you understand. Please, if you understand what I'm trying to say, if you understand this to this point, please put yes, 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 yes. And if you don't understand, please put no on the chat section. I need to know I'm speaking with individuals who actually are on the same level with me right now. Guys, please let's do that quickly, quickly, quickly. Okay, thank you, Lukman. Thank you. All right. Oluwafemi Samson, you can drop where example for 3 accounts, please. Okay, let me go with Prabhakara's question right now. So a management account, like a cloud administrator, I'm sure a cloud administrator who is in charge of, or a solution architect, like who is in charge of an organization's let's say cloud space and all that, should be in the management account. And audit also, a cloud administrator should be in that kind of, should have a role to play in the audit account. And log archive, I think the developers, yeah. But management, audit, the individual in charge of the administration aspect should be. Is that okay, Prabhakar? Femi, please, you can drop where we've lost you. Is that okay, Prabhakar? Yes or no? Okay, thank you. Okay. So, I think let's go back. So, I need you to read this point. If you read this point, you would understand what account factory customization is. We are going to get to that, Lukman. We are going to get to that. Account factory and account factory customization. If you understand what I'm going back on the slide, guys. If you understand what account factory is used, if you understand what account factory is used for, then you would understand why account factory customization is necessary. It's right here on this page. Account factory customization is a way of provisioning customized account from the AWS Control Tower console. It automates the customization and deployment of your account. So why do we make things easy for us, for ourselves? Why is there technology? Why is the cloud space there? Is to make things easy, is to make things easy for us by creating ways in which we can automate a lot of things. Deployment, customization of your account. If your organization wants to customize or the management of the account and all that, the account factory customization is used for that. You're just thinking right to understand AWS Control. Does this work like Microsoft has a directory for identity management? Yes, yes. It's a two-way thing. Like, even with the name, you should know that this is related to IAM. It is really, really very, very, it is the same thing, Oluwafem. Because if you're going to manage or provision your account. It is the same thing. It is the same thing. There are roles to be played in this, so it is the same thing. So just like Lukman said, I'm going to get to that. I think we can move forward. So there are different methods in which this can console based, like you're creating your account using the account factory and automation. So just to make things easy for those of us that are beginners, IAM, Lambda code, Terraform, these are some of the big words that can be seen here. So if you want to automate this, you can use Lambda code. And what is Lambda code? Lambda code is a serverless compute service that runs your code in response to events and automatically manage the account. So if you want to make things, you're a big organization, you have a lot of individuals, you have a lot of roles that need to be played on your account. And then if you know Terraform is used for resources mostly. You're trying to provision resources, you're trying to automate some infrastructure, some tasks. So guys, if you want to, there are two main methods of doing this. Console based. So you create, like if you go to your AWS Controller right now and you want to create an account, so you create, you update, you do a lot of things on that account. It's like doing something manually and doing something automatically. So if you want to do it manually, I'm using like manually now, you have to go through the console. And then if you want to automate, you have to use these tools, Terraform, Lambda, and the account factory customization, just to make things easier. If I'm sure big organizations actually do the automation way, automated method. That is the method they use. So let's move forward, guys. So just so I can touch a bit of Lukman question, let me go back. So it says that Lambda from your AWS control to a landing zone management using Lambda code and appropriate IAM rules. So yes, the control tower is that phase. How should I put it? That phase in which you give everyone his or her role. So the AWS account factory and AWS IAM role and policies. Yes, the role and policies works on this, but yes, where is the platform in which we get to give each person the role that is appropriate for that individual? Is through the control tower. Who is in charge? Who, like, let's say HR is in charge of saying this person will be joining the sales team, this person will be joining the academic team, this person will be joining the, let's say, the engineering team. So I can say that the AWS control tower is like the HR who is giving each and everyone their roles to play. Do you get that, guys? Look, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. So this is just like a brief diagram I just did myself so that I can be able to explain more. So when I mean OU, it is my main organization unit. So this is your the control tower. Then if you want to create a landing page or like your organization account, that is if it is not created, you do that first. Then the root, that is the landing zone for everything you're going to create. So we have three main OUs when you are trying to work on your landing zone. We have the three main OUs. When I say OU, I mean organization. We have the security organization unit, we have sandbox, we have production. So when you're talking about sandbox and production, they don't have much units under them. They don't have like they have like 0 units under them. But if you know sandbox, if you're an individual that maybe watch movies or read or actually like work on open source and all that, you would understand what sandbox is. So the people who make use or who are under this organization unit are maybe the dev guys or individuals who want to test run something. They make use of this organization unit. Then whatever is being done is actually under production. Whatever is actually being deployed or produced at the end of the day is always under the production unit. The one of the most useful, should I put it as useful, like in which everything is like basically on, is security. So audit and log archive is on security. So a lot of things goes on under this organization unit. And why do you think we are here? Why do you think a lot of people make use of the AWS, let's say cloud space or control tower? Is because they need to secure some things, a lot of things. So these three main zones are being used, but security is like number one. Audit goes on there, anything that needs to be safe, coming in or going out, logging it or going out, it's taking record, everything basically is under security. Does this make sense? Does this make sense, guys? Chat box, please. Okay. Okay. So a lot of us, this is just like I learned this by preparing this presentation. So I would like to share it with us too also. So a lot of us want to know what goes on behind the scenes of when account is being created, right? So I'll give us like say 1 minute to read this. 1 minute to read this slide. Thank you, Bimbo. Please let's go ahead to read this slide. So you understand what goes on behind the scene of when an account is being created. A lot is going on. Why we automate it, or maybe we use the manual method like the console based method, a lot is going on. If you're done, please just drop done. Guys, are you done? So I'm waiting for you to like say done, but no one is saying that. So if you're trying to create an account, I understand, right? I actually had to read over and over again to Lookman, like seeing. Okay, okay, no problem. So if you're trying to create, I'm coming to your question, Prabhaka. If you're trying to create an account, right? This is what goes on behind the scene. This is what goes on behind the scene. So to answer your question, Prabhaka. Okay, thank you, Daramola. To answer your question, Prabhaka, if you're trying to initiate the request, a request, like you're trying to create an account or update a role or whatsoever you're trying to do, it goes on to the account factory page or the AWS service catalog console. It depends on if you're using a console based or autom- automatic method like using Terraform or Lambda or that. So first of all, you need to initiate that request. You need to like, how should I put it? Okay, let's say if you're trying to withdraw money from your ATM, you have to put your bank card first. Then you have to initiate if your account is a savings account or you a current account. So this is how it works. So it depends on what you're trying to do, but you need to first initiate your request. So if you're trying to maybe create an account or whatsoever you're trying to do, so if you initiate your request, that takes you to the right department, like the right source. So it's either the AWS Control Tower account factory page or the AWS service catalog or provision product API. Guys, do you know what API means? API means like application programming interface, right? So that says, okay, 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 you guys know, so don't let me speak much on that. So Prabhaka, it depends on what you're trying to do. So what you're trying to do, then it takes you directly to that. So it is either it takes you to the AWS Control Tower, AWS Service Catalog, or the provision product IP. So after that is done, then you it calls the catalog the service catalog calls AWS Control Tower. A lot of things goes on. Like it's still new to me. Like seeing all this, I'm like, so okay, this is what happens when this is happening. So this is what happens when this is happening. I actually got this from the AWS site. I googled and I got this, and like to know what actually happens, because when I'm trying to explain, I did not know I was going to get it. But seeing this, I'm like, oh, so this is what actually happens behind the scene. We don't see it. We just see the output. We just see we make our request and it comes out and we don't know what actually happened. But this is what happens behind the scene. So roles and account creation. So I think it was Lookman that asked a question about IAM. So you can see this, right, Lookman? So this is how the control tower works with roles to create and manage accounts. So we all know IAM, right? And we all know the part it plays when it comes to like Okay, that's great, Lukman. So we all know the part roles play when it comes to identity and access management. It plays a lot. Like, who are we giving this to? Who are we giving that to? So this is the part the control tower works with when it comes to managing role and managing accounts, and giving roles, or should I say giving honor to whom honor is due to. So the control tower creates a customer account by calling the create account API of the AWS organization. I think that sentence actually explains itself. So if the tower is trying to create my account, it can't call, let's say, audit. It definitely has to be to create account. So when AWS organization create this account, it creates a role within that account. That explains also. When AWS organization creates this account, it creates a role within that account, which the AWS control tower names by passing it in a parameter to the API. It's all English. You all know what has happened in that sentence. AWS control tower creates my account by making use of the create account API. Then when the organization to create a role for me or creates the account, a role within that account, it calls the control tower. Please, guys, I need you to take note of this sentence because it's going to be needed at the end. So the name of the role that has been created in my own account as a customer, the name of that role is the AWS Control Tower Execution. I think it actually makes sense. The account was created. What happens at the end of the day? Something happened. Something happened, meaning something was executed. So it is called, the name of the role is called AWS Control Tower Execution. I want to create an account. An account was created. A role was created within the account. So it is called AWS Control Tower Execution. So the AWS Control Tower takes over the AWS Control Tower Execution role for all accounts created by Account Factory. Using this role, AWS Control Tower baseline the account and applies mandatory, which results in creation of the other roles. These roles in turn are used by other services such as AWS configuration. So I need you to read that note so you can understand what that baseline means. Please, I need you to read that note because if I'm going to explain, it won't look like. I believe when you read and digest, you understand more. So read the note aspect so that you can understand what the baseline means. When they say AWS Control Tower baselines the account and applies mandatory control. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So guys, to baseline an account means to set up resources using Account Factory templates. Like, there are templates already there, but you have to like put like a boundary within those roles and accounts created. So if you're going to create account and you're going to create a role in those accounts, you have to put like a boundary between them. So the process takes a lot. So it's like just putting boundary, like it's just for security purpose. So if you are going to create a role, create an account, and you're going to create a role in that account, you have to put like a boundary between those accounts and those roles. So that is the meaning of baseline. So yes, minimal configuration, I think. Yeah. So Lookman, I think you should have understand the roles in which the control tower plays when it comes to roles and IAM, like you asked before. So when you read this, you'd understand, let's say, you would understand what the AWS Control Tower Execution. You understand? Okay, thank you, Lukman. You understand what the AWS Control Tower Execution rule is all about. You know, I said when you create an account and you create a role in that account, what comes out of it is executing. So that is where the AWS Control Tower Execution happens, or that is what the role is. So if you're going to understand better everything you're going to understand about it, you see that last sentence, the reason why it is at that last sentence is because it's a lot of English for some of us who are beginners. But when you want to understand better, if you can understand the first three sentences, then I think you can categorically explain what AWS Control Tower Execution rule is all about. So AWS Control Tower Execution rule must be present in all enrolled accounts. If you go on your AWS Control Tower, you would see, if you're trying to create a landing page, you would see create row, you see make use of enrolled account, or create account, or make use of enrolled account. So it depends on which one you're doing. Are you trying to create an account, or you're trying to make use of an account that has already that have been previously created? So it allows control tower to manage your individual accounts and report information about them to your audit and log archive account. You can see the role it plays. It also allows that role can be added into an account in several ways. So for account in the security OU, you remember what I mean, what I called OU. I said that three main organization units. We have security, in which security is one of them. We have production, but security is the main one that is being used mostly. So for account in the security OU, those three are the core accounts. AWS Control Tower creates the role at the time of the initial AWS Control Tower setup. Once you're setting up your account at first, this is security is security. There's no two way about it. So for an account factory account created to the AWS Control Tower console, the AWS Control Tower creates this role at the time of account creation. For a single account enrollment, we ask customers to manually create the role and then enroll them in the account in the AWS Control Tower. So how should I put it? Like you have a main account. Like I have about 3 accounts right now. Let's say a current account or a savings account right now. I think I can make use of that. So I'm an individual who has a current account. So I want maybe those 2 accounts to be linked together. If you're in Nigeria, you know that the current account is like a more prestigious account more than the savings account, right? So if I want to create an account, then I go to the bank and let's say I meet with the cashier or the customer service individuals who help with account creation in the bank. So they asked me to create my account manually. They won't ask me to create my current account manually. They might ask me to do my to create my savings account manually. Then I'll tell them, okay, I want to link my savings account to my current account. Okay, create your savings account manually. Then make sure that it is being linked with your current account. So this is what happens here. For a single account enrollment, we ask customers to manually create the row, and then enroll the account in the AWS Control Tower. So they manually create the row, that is for a single account enrollment, not multiple account enrollment, just one account enrollment. You can manually create your row and then enroll the account in the AWS Control Tower. So if you manually create your single account and you enroll in the AWS Control Tower, then AWS Control Tower execution will be able to take place and give the rows to whom it is due. Do you understand me, guys? Trying to break it down as much as I can. Do you understand, guys? So if you're creating guys, please, I need to understand you. I need to know if you understand. If you're creating an account, the security organization unit will be created first initially when the control tower is being set up, because it is like the main unit of everything you're creating. It is core. It is like the main unit. And then if you can't create security after you've created like other units. It has to come first. Okay, Prabhakar says yes. Is that the same thing with others? Do you understand control tower execution rule? Because like we are coming towards the end of this session. So when it comes to account management in AWS, control tower is like the main source of everything. The console, everything happens there. So your management, IAM, giving roster, everything happens with the AWS control tower. And then, like I said, account factory. Let's go back to the very beginning, guys. Lookman said it's a new topic. It's a very broad topic, but it's understandable. When you're making use of the interface as much as you can, you would see that once you go to the console, you would now understand all these things you're hearing here. Like, oh, so this is account factory. Oh, so this is the role. So this is how to create a single account. Oh, so this is how to create a multiple account. That is how it works. When you start using the interface on a regular basis, you meet new things that maybe other people have known but is new to you. So you'll be able to understand this better. When you start maybe like creating accounts, creating a single account, creating a multiple account, you are trying to, I think what you should try to do is like do this demo once in a while. You're trying to give this role to this individual, give this role to that individual. What resource are you talking about here? Lookman. So, like I said, Lookman, I'll wait for your response. The control tower is like the main source. And then you remember we have the management account, the audit account, and the log archive account, which is known as the core account. So from audit and log archive, that is where security comes from. And then the root user, management. Yeah, it's free, but there are some things that are limited. Yes, guys, there are some things that are limited. There are some when you I tried doing a demo while preparing this slide. There are some things that are limited. There are some when you're trying to create an account, there are some things you can do in some regions and you can't do. So yeah, at least there's no there's no you'll be able to do at least a little bit, but yes, you know, there are some things that are limited for you. But yes, especially if you're creating a single account, I think you can do something. So please try it out. So you can see that the AWS Control Tower is like the main source, and Account Factory is when you're trying to create an account that helps you create like basic account. Yes, omnimoton. Sorry about that pronunciation. Yes. I created one of recent with an email, and yes, I think you would have to create your you have to make use of your bank card, right? So I think just $1 or so. That is if it is I don't know if it was deducted or not. But yes, I had to make use of my bank account. But yes, and I think you can make use of it for about a year. I created one of recent. So I made use of my bank card and I think about $1 or so. So please, guys, I need you to try as much as possible, especially if you're preparing for an exam. The associate exam, you would definitely get some of these things asked. So yes, I think this is we are getting to the end of this session. But yes, let's see the next slide. I think it's quiz. Yeah. So it's quiz time, and basically the quiz is on some of the things we've talked about here. So guys, you should know the basic aspect of AWS Control Tower, the execution rule, the account factory, the core organization units, basically everything you need to know in managing your account. So if you're asked the management and also the provisioning of accounts in AWS, what's the main source? You would definitely know that is your control tower. All right. Thank you, guys. So it's quiz time.
Hello, Tolu. I mean, that was an interesting session. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, it's quiz time. Are you gonna be running the link for the quiz as well, or should I go ahead?
Please go ahead.
All right. Just a minute. Let me set that up. Just a minute while I set that up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Just a minute. right, we are almost there. We are almost there. Okay. We are about to start this. We are about starting it. So, okay. Just a minute. All right. Maybe I'm gonna share my screen. Do let me know if you're able to see my screen. Yeah, just a bit. So everyone, please go to kahoot.it and you make use of this link. Go to kahoot.it and make use of the game pin. Kahoot.it. Yes, are we all joining? The pin for today's quiz
Is it just me? But promise, I think I cannot see your screen.
yeah, just a minute, just a minute. I will
Okay.
share my screen in a bit. Yeah, yeah, okay. Wow, I see that we are really, really joining. All right, let me share my screen. Yeah, let me know if you can see my screen or yeah, so that's the game pin. So I see about 15 of us right now, but then I see just a few people signed on. 11 of us signed on. So what's going on? Hello guys, just 11 signed on. Are the rest not willing to win this thing? Okay, Dr. Dre made it the 12th person. The remaining three other people, what's going on? All right, okay. So oh, baby girl, you were waiting for me to call your name, right? Ah, I see, I see. All right. Is are we gonna have two more people join us? Are we gonna have two more people join us, or we should just be like baby girl and just hold on for the last minute? All right. Okay. So I don't want to delay any much of our time again. So I'm gonna start the quiz. Who is ready? Who is ready? Three, two, one, go. All right. So who will get this right? Who will get this right? I mean, this is already looking interesting. With Account Factory, you can provision basic accounts by relying on one, Account Factory customization, 2, AWS Service Catalog. 3, AWS Control Tower default settings. And 4, I am. IAM. So tell me who is going to get this one right. Let's see. I'm so much expectant. Would it be the last person that joined Baby Girl? Or would it be Dr. Dre who joined just before Baby Girl? Let's see who wins this. Let's see who wins this. Interesting. Wow. I see 5 people got the correct answer. That's good. That's good. AWS Control Tower default setting. Let's see who those people are. Wow. Omni Montana. This is interesting. And then we have Ayobami, followed by Samko, and then Trex, and then Jeffrey Velvet. All right, let's see who tops the board next. All right, let's see the next question. Log archives and audit are a segment of what organizational account? I mean, I remember Tolu mentioning this. I remember Tolu mentioning this. Who is going to win this one? I mean, I expect everyone to win this because Tolu actually mentioned this. And I'm not going to pinpoint anyone to what she said, but I mean, you guys, please let's not dwell on this one. Let's not dull on this one. Who is gonna be winning? Baby girl, you joined last. I didn't see you in the top 5. Oh, Dr. Dre, what's happening? I'm not seeing you. Are you going to surprise us this time around? Who is going to surprise us this time around? Let's see. Maybe Bade Toye is going to surprise us. Let's see. Or is it going to be Jeffrey? Wow, 11. Nice, nice. I like that. I like that. Just only one person missed this one. All right, let's see who is topping our charts. Ayobami. What happened to Omni Montana? What happened? Omni Montana, what's going on? Congrats to Ayobami topping the charts on the second question, followed by Samko, Trex, and Omni Montana. In fact, the name is like, congrats Ayobami. So let's go on to the next one and let's see who wins this. The standard way to create member account is through what? Who is going to win this one? Omni Montana, are you going to come back up? Or is it going to be Dr. Dre? Which one of you? Who is going to give us this gap in now? Who will do that? Wow, just 2 answers. No, 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 no. Guys, who's gonna give us this one? Is someone going to help me beat Ayobami, or are we going to wait for baby girl to come up? Or is Omni Montana going to take back his position? Let's see who is gonna win this. I mean, I can't wait to see who the final answer, who is going to get the final answer. I can't wait to see that. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. I see we have like the votes splitted between Account Factory and I am. But well, this time Account Factory is the answer. Let's see who is topping our charts. Wow. Sam Ko. You guys are actually vexing. What's going on? Samko, it's like you've been eyeing this position since. Okay. Okay. Ayobami, well, kudos to you. Prabhu. We have a Prabhu on the board. And then Trex. Oh, I see baby girl finally came on the board. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see who is going to top these charts on the last question. Are we going to have Samko coming up? Or is it going to be Ayobami, Prabhu? Or is it going to be Omni Montana? Aha. Let's see who wins this. All right, the last question for the day. The name of the role within the customer's account when creating an API is called and created by Control Tower? What is it called? What is it called? What is the name called? What is the name called? What is the name called? Omni Montana, are you going to show yourself this time around? Or maybe baby girl will vex and decide to collect this one. Let's see who wins this. I'm sure your Bami is there right now, plotting how to take over from Samko. Well, let's see if his plots and if his moves, actually go in the right direction. So, in about 12 to 10 seconds now, wow, 11, nice. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. AWS Control Tower Execution, and 11 of us got that. Wow, this looks like it's going to be a very, very tight situation. But let's unveil who the winner for the quiz for today is. So a round of applause while we show the board of who finally took the voucher for today. All right, let's go. The podium is set. Number 3, Prabhu. Nice. Followed by number 2, Ayobami. Cool. Wow, let's see who the first is gonna be. Samko! Let's give it a big round of for Samko. Nice. Samko.
Congratulations,
You've
Samko.
done really well. You've done really well. You've done really well. I mean, I was expecting a big win, but wow, Samko decided to, hold on to his position, and he topped the charts for today.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna
Promise,
say
please let me answer
congratulations.
Omni Montana. Omni
Okay.
Montana, please, I need you to understand that when you're using Kahoot, right, you need to be fast. It looks at, you can answer the same question, right, but it looks at speed also, like who clicks first and all that. So while you're trying to, guess the right answer, someone else has clicked. So speed is always used when you're making use of Kahoot. Please understand this.
Thank you very much for that, Tolu. So today I want to congratulate Samko for, being the top leader for today. Congratulations, you've done excellently well. And you can see that everyone is happy for you. I can see Samson Sheton. I can see Gabriel Akins. I can see Omni Montana also congratulating you. So congrats, Samko. You've done really well. So do well to send us a mail, just like we've advised. And then we have another session for tomorrow. So please do well to attend the session for tomorrow. I think that's going to be the last session for this series, right? So, I mean, I'm going to be expecting that you guys are going to be joining. All right. So, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please ensure you do that. If you haven't followed us on LinkedIn, ensure you do that. And we are going to be keeping you updated with the programs we have for you. At this point in time, I mean, whatever starts has to have an ending. So I would like to say thank you all and have
Um,
a lovely
um,
evening.
Promise, please. Samson said he has won. This is the second time winning. So please, let's take note of that.
Ooh, Samson. Oh,
Yes,
okay. So if Samko has won before, so I guess
the second
the
person.
next person to win should be Ayobami.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, all right. Thank you, Samson, for being very truthful about this. I mean, it takes you to be very honorable. So, well, if Sanko has won, Ayobami, I would say congratulations to you. You have actually gotten the voucher for today. So please share your details with us on the email, right? Share your details with us. I can see Ayobami saying, "Yay! You won, right?" That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Congrats, Ayobami, for winning this one. Yeah. All right. So at this time, I'm afraid I just have to say thank you all for staying tuned to this. Right? It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. At this point in time, we might have to end the streaming session, and we hope to see you all tomorrow. So I would say at this point, goodbye and thank you.
Thank you,
Bye bye,
everyone. Bye,
everyone.
guys.